Welcome, race fans, to a special Valentine's Day race. Today we have an 0-2 match between Shatty and ursinedasyure. We're about to see where our runners start, but I would like to introduce my co-commentator tonight, who is Fury SK.
Hey, how's it going?
Not bad. Hold on one second. Fury, I hear you are not feeling so well today, so I'll try to do most of the talking to keep you your voice feeling good.
That's all right. Oh, great. Another tutor start.
Hey, I'll take a recorder start any day, especially in the middle of the map, too. It's a little bit on the right side, but not bad. They'll have a lot of checks if they can find a blue candle. So, Shatty decides to take the blue candle right off the bat just to get some quick checks. May end up retrying if this doesn't pay off for anything. And yes, there is that retry. So, like I said, we have 0-2 matchup today. Shatty, first two matchups against Mr. Dunlow and Antlers, and both of them amazing runs, but just fell short. Ursine went up against Jess Andy and Boomy, and again, another great race, but unfortunately both of these fell to both opponents.
Yeah, that's how it goes sometimes. It looks like it was a raft underneath the Arbos.
And with Raft, we're already have most of our checks except for 2 ladder block spots and 7 potential push blocks. But hopefully we can find a level here shortly. Chatty checking level 2 area, but does not find anything. So far, not much for these runners. But we just started. So, for those of you that may be new to this tournament, our flags today are each runner will start with the wood sword, but we have a mixed overworld. We start with one of 3 items, either the raft, the recorder, or the power bracelet. Today we do have the recorder, which would be nice. We will either have levels, first quest levels, second quest 1 through 6, second quest levels 1 through 6, or shapes 1 through 6. And then 7 and 9 will be the opposite. I haven't seen any Stalfos yet, so we're not sure if we have second quest yet. The enemies have also rolled up or down, plus or minus 2.
Yep, there was a question in chat about what resets your global. It's the retry does not actually reset the global. It just resets your condition. If you hard reset, or like a hardware reset, essentially, that is what will reset your global to 0 for the bomb counting sake. So you'll see runners hit the hard reset on their console or emulator or whatever they play on if they're trying to get that bomb force.
Shatty finds level 1 up in Casino Quarter. Kind of looks like that might be shapes. It's hard to tell.
I'd have to take another longer look at it, but
those ropes also don't look like they're blinking, so I don't know if we have level 2. But this is the Mario set, so I'm not. It's hard to tell. All right, I finally see a secret at 53. That is an extremely small, large secret. We may be poor today. So, unfortunately, we only have 3 large secrets, and we just found one of them at 53.
And it seems like Ursine's still trying to get that bomb to drop. That screen's actually going to be more helpful than the single Gibdo but it's not working out so far. Just kind of how it goes in rando sometimes. And to confirm what you said earlier, yes, it is absolutely shapes, and that's a hard ladder block unless you can go down or right.
Yes, and then unfortunately with the Mario set, I'm not sure what that was on the floor.
There's a map.
Was that a... Oh, was that the map? Okay. I was like, is that the book or something?
The book, if I remember correctly, in his sprite set is a red icon with a question mark in the middle of it.
Okay. This is definitely one thing I was not expecting to have to know. These any roads, finally getting to see a little bit more, they're not too bad, taking you up to Death Mountain, the northeast, and kind of around where we start, so it's not too bad of a set. It's always nice to have any roads close to start as well, too. So I hope everybody out there has had a great Valentine's Day, and I'm glad everybody is joining us for this match. And I'm sorry if I feel like I'm out of breath. I got my wife a new dog today, so it's been a lot of playing. All right, Shatty checking the recorder spot, and it does not come up. Always interesting when you haven't completed a dungeon yet and you're trying recorder spots and you just kind of have to sit there and wait because you don't get to see the tornado coming at you. All right, we get one of our raft checks here. And raft is required, but both runners have picked up raft, so that won't be a problem. But we do find level 8 in the island spot.
Yep, we're a confirmation it's first quest, level 8, which means it shapes into first quest. Those are 2 dungeon sets. And
I think this will be nice for the runners. I mean, we won't have any red bubbles, walk through walls. We're pretty much on a normal set, but we do have First Quest 7, which I know nobody ever wants to see that, especially the runners. I know it killed me in my last race.
Yeah, Shatty has a good bit of experience with second quest. I'm not sure about Ursine's experience with the second quest, so I think this definitely will benefit her quite a bit more than it does Shatty. Shatty might have had a little bit more advantage with all his second quest playings in the pickup races.
Yeah, I will say this is definitely an interesting matchup. When I was doing a little bit of research before this, the different amount of races each of these have been in. I think Ursine at 14 races and Shatty at just under 1,100 races. But just because Shatty has the experience does not mean Ursine is out of it. Ooh, Ursine taking the death in level 4. And Shatty finding level 2 and level 1.
That we've seemingly found most of the dungeons already, in fact, as we have 2 green dungeons, yet they're 2 different dungeons.
Yeah, I would comment on that, but as a colorblind person, I don't see that. Always is a little rough sometimes, not being able to see the colors. I know, like, when you're trying to figure out if you're in Mix Quest, and going to the level 3 spot, you can find, like, depending on what color it is, which quest you're in. And unfortunately, I just never know.
Well, I don't know if you picked up what we just saw on the floor in level 2, but Shatty's now walking across the moats.
Whoa, that's pretty nice then. And Ursine takes it at the right before getting an extra, it looked like a heart.
Yep, it's gonna hurt a little bit, but it's not gonna be a tremendous time loss. She'll be able to get that here momentarily, as long as she gets past these blue land mola.
Yeah, these are some fast land molas, so...
If you can get all the way over... If you get all the way over here, you can candle boost the rest of the way. She almost made it without that, but I think still can make it down into here, into this staircase shortly.
And very nice by Ursine. And yes, that was just a heart in 7.
And I don't blame her for actually leaving 7 at this point. You've got the staircase item. It is first quest's 33 room level 7, so you don't really want to look through an additional bunch of Wizrobe rooms for a floor drop right now with 4 hearts and wood sword. Come back later.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. And Shatty has found both items in level 2, with the heart being the second item. So that is a nice quick level 2 for Shatty. But yeah, staying in level 7 and only getting the triangle sometimes is the right play. But getting half of the items is a great play too.
Yeah, I always kind of suggest to new runners to kind of take advantage of the overworld exploration first, because you'll usually net maybe 2 or 3 heart containers. You might get the wood arrows taken care of. You might even get a bunch of money or a gambling game place that'll drop you a 50 or 60 big prize, and you can get a blue ring. Give yourself a little bit of an advantage going into some of these dungeons against someone with a little bit more experience who might try and force their way with brute force through some of these rooms. And you might find yourself catching up quicker.
And unfortunately, our small secret is 3 coins. So we are really not getting any money from this game today. But yeah, on that point, when I was had my race, bombs are only 1 coin, so that evens out a little bit.
Yeah, with Ursin's bad luck with bomb droppers, I think she'll happily take that bomb price and collect as many as she can.
I just hope there's more than just that 1 bomb store. Sometimes having to get over there can be a little rough. But yeah, I had a race yesterday, and I got into my 7, and 3 rooms later, I was out with the triangle, and I never went back. Unfortunately, that's where the bow was. It cost me dearly. Alright, Shatty back in 1. We do know that there are 3 items here. So with 2 keys, it's time for a little exploring. And right away we get the Dig Dogger, but we started with the recorder, so that's great. An immediate heart. Into Blue Lamola, Shetty says nope, and we'll continue on into a Mugger room. But at 36 coins, he's just gonna pay it.
Yeah, don't want to give up the bombs at this point, even though we know the bombs are going to be cheap to get on the overworld. We still don't know if that's the only one.
Yeah, he could have maybe found a way around, but I don't think he wanted to take the time or effort. Find some bombs for his trouble. But we're still looking for 1 staircase and 1 floor item in 1, as well as the Triforce.
Ooh, it looks like a nice Wizrobe set with some likes and a Vire in this room.
Sometimes those likes actually help a lot with Wizrobes if you get chomped on, and you can get some damage to the Wizrobes when they're around you.
Yeah, it's definitely a safety strat if you want to take the immediate damage and get eaten by the like, and then just bomb as the Wizrobes come close to you. That's a very effective strategy for dealing with at least most of the damage that you need to do on those Wizrobes.
And looks like we get a nice little sword map for one.
Speaking of swords, vanilla level 6 is where Magical Sword is. We're not close to being able to check it out, but it might be something that evens up combat at some point. If some runner finds combat in a dungeon and the other one gets heart tears, let's say.
And we have hints right next to it as well, so not bad if they want to come back here for hints to check mags too.
We did see the Triforce. I think with the Fire going down, just a sword swing, it's probably not going to be a big deal. I think we can easily go back into that room and only have one enemy to deal with.
Shatty taking advantage of leaving the room after one landwall down just to clear the other. And gets the compass we don't need.
It doesn't have to push any blocks either because we saw that as a drop item. Now this room has Stalfos in it, so we can just clear, walk out, and see if primary enemies give us an advantage, or we just get shuttered. Oh. That's always fun.
But I can clear this one and go back in too. Though these Wizrobes are never fun.
Yeah, one possible in this room. Ooh, well, this might work out. We can potentially bomb the like and Kananaki it.
I was going to say, he's got it in a great spot and 5 bombs. This will work out really well if he can get it. And he does. And finds a heart on the floor as well. And potentially our floor item right next to it. So he's just looking for a floor item now. Does not need to go back into that previous room. And there is the staircase item. The red candle. Nice to have repeated offense. With no red bubbles, not as good for the runners, but still something you don't really want to pass up this early on. And with that, Shatty will pick up his Triforce in 1 and have a 2-0 Triforce lead early on.
Now, the Triforce lead isn't too big of a deal yet, but the item knowledge lead is where we're really going to see some difference being made here. Shatty, I think, now has, what, 5 or 6 items out of dungeons known? I think it's 5 versus Ursine on...
I think it's
1?
6, actually. He has 3 in 1, 2 in 2, and 1 in 7.
I don't know that he went into 7 yet, though. I think it was Ursine that went in.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But in any event, he's getting the current dungeon knowledge lead, which is significant.
Yes.
If he's set to Kananaki this, he's probably got to kill...
Now, he's just killing to go straight down south to get the Triforce.
Yep, that's fair. So look, oh, we got a key, though.
But finding a key is not... that's a good consolation there.
Yeah, and his health is helping him out here a ton, too, because he's getting beams. And he's going to try and trap this guy going back and forth by standing on the right side, which works out.
That is pretty nice. And there is the Triforce. And right as we say that, Ursine finds level 3. So, according to my tracker, we're just missing 6 and 9.
Yep.
Nice. Ursine attempting to pirouette for that key door. Unfortunately, it won't open the bottom one.
Yeah, unfortunately, on the overworld, you would have to be able to go down on the screen she is currently on. The other method you can use if you're lucky enough in a dungeon, if you go up through the door and it shutters behind you and you clear the room and the shutter opens, then you can up A in the room that you're in, and the game will think that the starting room also has the bottom door open. You can do that in any room that has a downward shutter door to open a downward key door. But she has 2 keys, might as well burn it.
There's some good knowledge. And Shetty will check the final raft spot. We know raft is needed for level 8. But will it doubly be needed? And the letter. And Shetty will pick it up.
Alright, so Ursine has checked all the upper part of this level 3, it looks like. It is just the key door, and I do think it is. You'd want to spend keys in your smaller dungeons, so I think this is definitely the right play.
With 2 keys, you might as well, especially since it's not like level 1 that'll probably eat all your keys. Shatty picking up another heart. That gives him 7 hearts. He has plenty for when he finds the old man and the white sword item.
The other good thing about digging level 3 is you'll usually get 2 or 3 keys in here with about the same or less key doors, so your net gain here is usually going to be positive keys. Also, we're getting positive clocks in here with a lot of these rooms with Pole's voices getting clock drops and Stalfos.
I was going to say, I think we have seen more clocks than I have in some matches I've had already.
Yeah, I subscribe to the last enemy drops a clock theorem.
Looks like Ursine will find their transport, and Shatty just picked up his 8th heart. 2 more and he can attempt Mags. If we find Mags. Oh, we did find Mags, yeah, that's right. Alright, Ursine going to take the transport to get to that 3 room section on the far right.
Yeah, 1 rupee bombs is not the rare shop, for what's worth.
And it's nice that they have more than 1 shop. Ursine getting kind of stuck in between a rock and a hard place right there. Be better if they were able to get to the other side, but they were able to pull off a nice kill, get some bombs for their trouble. And being very cautious here, and that's a smart thing to do. So needs to watch out for the Pole's voice here. Hopefully he can get through here without getting hit. Very nice. Oh, and takes an immediate death in the final room, but notices there is no push block in there. So they're still looking for their stair item.
Yep. Also, knowledge, if she's aware that dark rooms do not have major drops, meaning they can have keys, a compass, bombs, but they can't have a floor drop item or like a Triforce or anything significant. So it's not going to be the end of the world that you don't get back to clear that room for a while.
Yeah, I learned that yesterday. I went into many dark rooms and cleared them all, and then was told after, don't clear dark rooms unless you need keys. But Ursine, she does find the Triforce in 3, but going to continue looking for the items. And Shatty has found his way into level 3 as well, so we may get a high 5 here in a minute.
This is not a fun room. Yeah,
That's a lot of pulse voice.
it's one of those where you just look at it and go, 25, 30 minutes from now, maybe I'll come back here.
It's a great room if you have the bow, because it's one to just fire a couple shots and that's it. But when you're on wood sword, that's not fun at all.
If you get wood sword and, say, wand, or you get a white sword even, then you can start thinking about rooms like that, but best to just leave it behind. There is one room that you can get to still. I wonder if she'll go back in and take a look.
But she would need to use a key to get to it, it looks like. And unfortunately, Shatty has no key, so going and gets the Kanana key. Very nice for Shatty, using the candle to pull off that Kanana key.
This room is equally nope, though, so would not have netted much. I think there is one room off to the left, though, near the starting path that was right above the old man. I'm wondering if that maybe has something. It's just to the left here through a bomb wall that Shetty doesn't know exists yet.
Shetty doing well with these pulse voices. And Ursine finds level 6 along the coast, just a few spots from level 3.
I was wrong. This is the room, so it's just a simple enough door to go through. Let's see if this has something big.
With level 6 being found, we now have all of 1 through 8. We're still looking for level 9, so we're not completely out of realm of being power bracelet blocked, but it's looking more and more like a feat of strength might not be needed today. And thankfully, neither runner has found the power bracelet, so it's not a wild goose chase just yet, if it becomes not needed. Those bubbles are, that's the correct sprite in my opinion for bubbles. It's like, let's get the most annoying thing from Mario as well. Alright, Shatty will check the 3 rooms over here. Maybe clears that second room to see if an item drops. Or just nopes. Oh, never mind. They are trying to reset the... Yeah, and they were able to get a better enemy here.
Yeah, there's only going to be one room over here that maybe has a item, and it'll be this room.
Yeah,
otherwise, it was all Pole's voice block, which is no fun.
Got to think that if there's nothing here, Shatty would probably drop 2 instead of spending time killing pulse voices. And yeah, nothing on this side as well, so we need pulse voices to find something. We need to kill pulse voices.
I think he may give it a quick try, and then if a death happens, I suspect we'll get Triforce out.
He also picked up the map, so he may also be looking to just try to get to all the rest of the rooms, or at least attempt to. He has 1 key. He could go down into that last room if he uses it.
Yeah, he can technically take a look at the room below here if he kills these Pole's voice, or he can go down to the room down to the left here where there's also Pole's voice. So he's got 2 Pole's voice options to get to the next room. Both are shutter locked.
He has the hearts. Yeah, looks like he's trying.
Oh, he's gonna go left here, and there's gonna be a Triforce there. He's gonna be peacing out. You can tell. Oh no, he proved me wrong.
He's not gonna listen to what we have to say.
Well, he might in a minute when this room happens again. We'll see.
Oh, taking 2 hearts to a bump there is very rough.
Yeah, you can tell what's happening now. You see, he tried to prove us both wrong, and here he goes now saying, all right.
Without that bump, he was looking pretty good, but, you know, not having a ring yet kind of makes it a little rough. Ursine, unfortunately, no bombs at the moment, but we know once she finds a bomb shop, that will be quickly remedied.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the bomb shop is the bomb spot in the Lost Hills. Might be this one, but I thought it was the bomb spot.
It looks like you are correct. Shatty will find level 6 here. On the next screen. Unfortunately for these runners, they're not getting any favors with their combat today. Neither of them have found a combat upgrade except for Shatty's red candle. And 31 minutes in, they don't have any defense as well because Arceda's decided not to give them any money. And that is a nice level 6 that we're going to have to deal with today. And Ursine finding her 7th heart. Ursine taking the long walk up to 5. Unfortunately, it's just more hints that we can't get. So, just for those that don't know, the book is no longer an atlas, but it does allow us to get to see what all of the old men say. And we do have helpful hints on. So, these hints are very big. They have definitely helped runners find where they need to go. So getting a book is definitely recommended. And Ursine finds another small secret, just 3. But as we know, the large secret was only 53, so it's not going to be fun.
Yeah, nice tip for Shapes 6. For whatever reason, the randomizer loves left aligning it. I think it just has something to do with where it places it on the grid in the program. So if you're ever in doubt in the Shape 6, try and go off the left side, as it's more often going to lean that way. It's also sometimes centralized, so it's only like a slight preference to that way.
Well, we can look here and see how right you are with the entire road down the left-hand side. And we have, oh man, we have our potion costs, and they are expensive at 47 and 86. Come on, Seed, help us out. Shatty finding another key and uses it. Fortunately, not finding much from it. Except for some bombs.
Ursine, in the meantime, does have some bombs, so if she by chance bombs the spot just a little bit up and to the left, she will find that bomb shop, and that will refill the bombs and give her a little bit of extra momentum.
finds level 1, 2. We know that the red candle's in here, and the rest are just 2 hearts, unfortunately. Shatty finds his Triforce in level 6 and just leaves.
Not overly surprising.
Yeah, I don't blame him at this point. He still hasn't found all the dungeons, and that's a lot of rooms for 2 items.
He was also going to either have to combat or find more resources along the way, which kind of expedited the decision to leave, I think.
Yeah, and we know that he knows where Mags is at, and he's already 8/10 of the way for minimum, but there's a good chance he might have Mags before coming back in. Picking up the wood arrows, deciding that is a... just go on and get him. We haven't found the bow yet, but you don't want to be with bow with no arrows.
Ursine said no to the mugger room. Unfortunately, we know that's going to be the way you have to go. I would be absolutely floored if she gave up her last bomb, so I'm expecting it to be rupees lost when she makes that call.
Yeah, I would agree. Especially when you're not as an experienced runner, having more bombs is always a better idea.
Well, that, given her bomb dropping luck so far, I just think bombs are like absolute diamonds at this point.
But does find more bombs. And Shatty getting that big secret at 53. Shatty gonna make the river play here for these 2 checks. I don't think he's seen Waterfall either yet.
Nope, he's gonna get all that knocked out here, though.
Always nice to route in Waterfall when you already have your ladder, just in case these 2 checks become anything. We just got some casino so far. And nothing there. Alright, so he is deciding to go towards Death Mountain. So either we missed he did Waterfall, or he just doesn't want to go there just yet. And unfortunately, level 9 spot only is a troll today. And just arrows and a big shield. Ursine finding their 8th heart as well, so they are just 2 hearts away from attempting to get Mags. Unfortunately, blowing the recorder in the wrong screen there.
Well, I think that was actually a panic whistle, just because she was about to faceplant the Dark Nut. It actually gave her time to react, which was useful.
That's smart.
Hey, whatever works. Sometimes that'll help you out if you get a little buffer.
I know when I go into rooms with a ton of enemies, especially when they're like Lionels, and I'm like, just slow down games so I can have time. Alright, Shatty now finding... Well, looks like Shatty's already been in 8, so...
It doesn't seem like Ursine's that interested in screen scrolling, which I think is actually going to come out and be to her benefit, as I believe this is where the ladder ends up being here in this dungeon.
In level 2. Yeah, this will be really nice. With as small as level 2 is, she should clear all of this and get her ladder.
That and the enemy set is not too brutal in here, so she'll be able to clear a lot of these rooms without too much effort, and I think that is all the more reason to stick around until you see both items in here. Yeah, the money.
Shatty,
Oh, there you go. There's the
finding the
book.
book.
Yeah, the money in this seed's not great. It's like 337.53, but the 37 is enough to make up most of the large secret. And we get the Triforce location, so it'll save her a little bit of exploration, though. I still think she'll be in here a little bit.
With Shatty finding the book, he may attempt to save after this dungeon if he can find a little bit more cash and check those hints. Be nice to get. I mean, he's seeing 2 hint screens, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to see if he can get a good hint on where Bow or Silvers might be. As at this point, that's all we're looking for, except for 9. So finding out if 9 may be under a push block will help too.
Yeah, Ursine is trying to get that last gel. Never forget the candle. The candle can be quite beneficial in rooms like that. It'll save you the resources.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of red candle early. Unfortunately, Ursine has not found the red candle yet out of 1, deciding to leave 1 a little bit early instead of going through the mugger room.
Which may have been to her benefit. I don't think the combat in level 1 was particularly generous to the runners. So maybe she'll end up back there when she has more offense or more defense or both, and might clear it a little bit easier than Shatty had when he was at Wood Sword in, what, 5 or 6 hearts at that point?
Yeah, it was pretty early on. And Shatty taking out this Patra. As long as it doesn't get hit. Looks like he has killed the control Patra, so he's only getting big, wide sweeps now.
A lot of people don't like that. I actually don't mind. At least I know what's happening, where sometimes I lose track of time on the one when it's not stuck in a pattern.
I'd rather have one pattern, whatever that pattern is, because randomness is what always gets me killed.
That, and if you kill the wrong one, sometimes it also just starts expanding earlier. There's the ladder, so now Ursina has access to a 9th heart container if she needs it. I believe she can get access to a 10th heart container in here, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, I think she already had it. She already got it though in here, right? No, she does not.
Meanwhile, Shatty, back to start again, gets absolutely destroyed, which is a shame, for sure.
And if she goes back to level 1, I'm pretty sure she still has at least 1 heart in there. So she probably could get to her 10 hearts just from 1 in the coast.
And the doggo is also trolling Shatty, which I think is to the amusement of the peanut gallery.
And that's the first troll dongo we have seen as well. They seem to be very rare these days. Hey, look! The dongo dwells by a lake. We know that.
Well, the bombs might not be dropping for Ursine, but the clocks have definitely worked out. So the game is being nice in some facet.
And unfortunately, we're going to see back half first quest dungeon, so this seed has still plenty more times to troll us in first quest level 9 as well.
Yeah, I think this might be a situation where we grab the Triforce and maybe explore the top part of this level 2 and see if there's something free there, and then if not, maybe just leave at this point, as we've gotten at least half our knowledge out of here.
Yeah, finding the ladder in here is always a good pickup. It's got to make her feel good. Wouldn't be surprised if she left, but she has cleared most of this dungeon already.
Yeah, she knows she has access to at least 1 room for free, And there's at least 2 more rooms that she can potentially enter up here. One through a bomb wall to the left here, and then one through this doorway and up further.
Unfortunately, I do not remember where the heart was.
I think it is on the top part of this dungeon. The other rooms that she has left to clear are Pole's Voice. I think Shatty was bunny adverse.
He would not be the first person. Alright, Shatty potentially finding another item in level 8.
Yeah, should be it.
And that's the B, not the D today?
Yep, the letter B.
Alright, so we now have the B. So that early pickup of wood arrows will come into play.
Yep, Pole's Voice are no longer a match.
At least for Shatty.
And Ursi has the money to take advantage of them as well. Should she get the bow, I think that might be a play she makes.
That bow was very deep in level 8, unfortunately.
Oh, red ring too. Hello.
Okay, I was about to ask you what that is, because I could not exactly see what it was, but this 8, not only is it deep, but it's also stacked.
Have you seen the green, Mario? Because I only see red.
I see a color.
It's more of a joke than anything else, but it looks like Shatty's going straight for that Triforce now.
That was his third item here in 8, so yes, he's already seen everything. But yeah, book, a letter B, and a red ring. That's a good 8.
Speaking of level 8.
Yep. Ursine, will she clear this out? And if she does, this would be a huge... She'd be right in this.
Yeah, this is definitely an 8 that'll feel good if you can manage to get all 3 items out of it. Especially with her money situation specifically. I think she'd be in line to buy a blue ring otherwise pretty soon, and it'd feel kind of awful to then find the red ring in here after that.
The one thing I'm worried about is if she finds the book early and decides to go buy the hints.
That's actually not the worst case, though.
I mean, it's not the worst case, but if the hints then tell her to come back into 8, I guess that works out.
That, or if it tells you silvers are suddenly in 6, then that's something that's going to send her into 6 way before Shatty ever goes back there. I bet you that's the last place he goes. He's 100% going to dig 9 for silvers before 6, for example.
This 5 kind of looks like a key.
I think the apt term for this 5 is just sadness. It's linear.
It's very linear, unfortunately. Oh, but that's a quick banana find in level 5.
Yep, there's no doubt what that one was. Junk.
Yep. No matter whether it's Zelda or Mario, that is just nothing.
Specifically this laid in with bow and wood arrows. Although Shatty's going to be at 0 rupees before too long, knowing him. Any key.
Oh, but the next room holds something a little better. That's the any key. And Ursine is getting trolled in this level 8, unfortunately.
Yeah, but it's not so difficult that, well, I was going to say not so difficult that it would force you to leave necessarily. But she's going to opt out for the short term. See if the Octorok persuades her otherwise. Nope, she's safe.
She does still have some smaller dungeons she can find. So I wouldn't be entirely upset with this because she, here in this 5, she'll find 2 quick items, which will help her, especially that any key.
Yep, she had this probably marked as ladder block before, given this room. I think it's going to be a little bit troublesome to get to the any key, but if she does get there, definitely will allow her to travel through key doors a lot quicker.
I mean, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's only 2 rooms to the left, so...
It just comes down to the will to actually burn keys here.
Yeah, and deciding to go find another dungeon.
I think my strategy here would be to try and play into one of these dungeons now. If we're a little bit concerned about our combat, maybe find one of the potion shops or go to the fairy fountain and then come back to one of these dungeons that's combat heavy. See if you can't get a little further.
And, I mean, she does also have the ladder and has not gone to the coast, so she could go pick up that extra heart as well.
Yeah, but at 10 hearts, your chances of really getting magical sword are pretty limited, so I think your better play is just to kind of try and force your way through one of these soon.
Or there's also the other play of she is 9 rupees away from Blue Ring as well.
Yeah.
Though I don't know if she's seen it yet. And now she's more than 9.
I think probably has seen them. I think we've seen most of the shops already. I could be wrong though.
Alright, finding the medium secret. That'll put her 1 away from maximum. Shatty picking up his 9th heart.
It'll be Ursine
right
10th.
Unfortunately, Mags is all the way up in the northwest in level 6 original. So I don't know if Ursine's going to go all that way just to check Mags, though 2 rooms to the left, she'll get her 11th. Technically now, if she wants, she can pick up this 11th one down here and then world wrap to get her 12th one, which would give her a 60% chance at max.
Yeah, it might be a little bit of travel. I don't recall exactly where the any roads are to get you back there, but if you're at 12, certainly it's worth an attempt at that point, I think.
Unfortunately, where they're located right now, it would be better probably just to walk to level 6 than take any of the roads.
Yeah, well, we're going to see probably a little bit of clearance of this area. I think she probably was over here already, though. I want to say I saw her clear through this because I think she took the maze to get over to the grave, so I think she just missed the start ones.
Gotcha. So yeah, she's already picked up that heart.
Well, you never know. There's still a 20% chance if we head that way.
And she could go get the coast heart if she wanted to.
I'm going to opt out of it instead and go back to start. We'll see what she opts into instead.
Well, now she's really close to that coast heart. Yeah, I do not blame her for coming and picking this up right now, especially if she's going to go try mags. I mean, that is a huge weapon upgrade that could potentially get her back into this race very quickly.
Given that a lot of the advantage that Shetty now has is out of level 8 and only level 8, I mean, there's an any key, of course, but everything else is out of a single dungeon. So if she goes back to 8 after getting a combat upgrade of any sort, really, and gets all those items, then yeah, it's really still a close race. It's just a handful of Triforces. There's a flute on the floor in 7, thanks.
And that is a huge pickup because we definitely started with it. And level 7 also, that's a vanilla bomb upgrade at 100.
Yep, unfortunately Shetty found it after bow and arrows, so he'll never get it.
Shetty seems fine with bombs today. Very rarely going down to low numbers, it seems. And no point of fighting that patcher right now, unless you find out that the triangle's under there. It's not. Might as well just leave it alone.
Yeah, this room, something.
I keep forgetting that these are Wizrobes. I'm like, man, this looks so easy, but that's just because it's Shatty doing it.
Well, he's also got the red ring, and you can force him into a weird pattern if you fight on the corner of the moat room.
4 was down 1, right 1 from level 6. Original first quest level 6.
I believe she's making the play that you're calling for, though. She's heading the same direction as Vanilla 6, which is Magical Sword. At 11 hearts, it's 40%. Unless you're Shatty, it's 0 because it's not 14.
Alright, so getting the Forgotten Spot. Unfortunately, the Forgotten Spot is just stealing from us today. Better to be forgotten today. Oh, killing that control to get it in that weird oval shape.
Just trying to get back to the Triforce at this point. Level 9. We're done with item.
All right.
In terms of locations, I should say.
So, yes, power bracelet not required today. Neither recorder or power bracelet actually required today, but the raft was, and that is kind of rare.
Alright, here comes the big moment where the race can change.
Alright, I hope it's at least 11 hearts. No! Sorry. I don't blame her for making that play, though. I mean, she knows she's up against Shatty. Get that good combat.
I think you just head back to start. I don't think you need to save. It's still 255. So now the question is, where do you go to potentially dig some more? We know where she has to go, but there's a couple different spots that she could choose.
Looks like she's headed to level 1. She has at least 2 items left in level 1. One of them will be another heart, and the other will be the red candle. I mean, this is not a bad play considering level 1's not a big dungeon, and you still have 2 items. I don't know how much, though, she has seen the first time she was in here.
She saw 4 rooms.
Yeah. Then she has a good amount still left.
She'll have to, she'd get a key for free if she wants to force her way through that room, so she'd get her key back. The question is, will she burn money or bombs to go up, where we know she has to go to access the rest of the dungeon?
At 255, I'd hope she burns the money. I'd hope.
Yeah, I know she's potentially saving for a blue ring, but at this point, you just need to get some more rooms, and I think she realized that.
And if she finds one more medium secret, she'll get it all right back as well, too. And unfortunately, level 1 is going to force her to burn some keys, but...
the combat in here is also pretty brutal. This is one of those that's not favorable to a newer runner of Z1, just because there's some tech that you can do if you kind of know your way around. It's probably the biggest hurdle for newer runners.
Yeah, learning the strats of staying to the right, that is something that even seasoned runners probably aren't as good at.
Yeah, like, you can use a doorway to your advantage if you have access to any open door. The top door is the least safe, but is still doable.
Yeah, unfortunately, 2 shutters is not what you want to see.
I think she might opt into using a key at some point as well, just to progress a little bit easier. She also tried bombing up here and see if it works to get her around some of the key blocks.
Oh.
So it's not like she's doing the wrong thing here, trying to find ways around the blocks, knowing that she doesn't want to fight the combat room that she was just in, and doesn't want to burn the keys. So, again, it's not like she's playing the seed wrong, it's just that the seed's telling her, in this case, that it's not the answer, and I hope it doesn't discourage her from the way she's playing.
Yeah, and unfortunately, if she had picked up that mags, a lot of this would have been a lot easier, that is for sure. And she can use the door here to her advantage, especially leaving and coming back and trying to reset that blue Wizrobe. Hopefully she attempts to do that and just knock it out of the set.
Yep, so to give an example of what Hayo's saying, if you're in that doorway just marginally, it will at least protect you from most of the routing that the blues will do, but will not protect you from a red. You have to be in the doorway entirely if you're on the bottom to protect you from it. And then if you have, if the first enemy spawning in the room is a Stalfos as well, that's another way to potentially get it to where the room always removes some of the worst enemies. So there's a couple different tricks you can use with that bottom doorway.
You just have to make sure that you leave the room so it saves the enemy set, because if you die in the room, all the enemies will come back that you killed while you were in there.
Ursi will now have to unfortunately find some keys, as we have a white sword on the floor in 4.
Yeah, I don't imagine seeing Shatty. Well, because Mags is just 2 rooms over, he might go check it, but having white sword and red ring, I'm not sure if he spends the time or not. Alright, he finds the second boomerang.
There's a gamble coming. He's gonna look for 9, 100%.
He was actually one room or one screen away from 9 when he left 4. But now I'm not sure where he's going.
Yeah, this is the sad part for Ursi. She's at 5, which is where the any key is, but it's key locked. And she burned all of her keys in the last dungeon she was in. So she'll have to go to a key shop or find another key somewhere.
I don't remember seeing the prices.
I think it was in the 67 bait shop, so I want to say it was like 81. Oh, this is a fair play actually from Shatty. He's not going to 9, he's going to where the Pole's voice blocked 2 items.
And this will be very quick checks. And these are 2 items that we have yet to see.
He's learned the errors of his ways, I'm surprised.
And that's gotta feel nice, right there, just blasting through. Getting another heart. Unfortunately, that does not help. We are basically on Silver's hunt right now. He still only has 25 rupees, so he can't really do any hint shop searching. But he doesn't need to. Shatty is now in go mode with everything he needs.
That was a pretty high Gliak kill there. A free Triforce that she's going to suddenly realize she wished she had grabbed, because this room is a nope.
That's blue Wizrobes. Never like them. Shatty getting a potion for his level 9 gig. Has he seen level 9 yet? I mean, it doesn't look like he has. We know he was 1 room. He just has to get to the Armos item up in Death Mountains, and that will get him level 9.
I expect he'll see Magical Sword, test it, realize he's not got 14 hearts, so he's never getting it, and then walk away in sadness. And then find 9 shortly thereafter.
Yeah. So as we are heading to level 9, we have all the items to beat Ganon tonight and find the princess, but we're going to be looking for a roar and a door when we get into level 9. The roar will tell us where Ganon is. We'll hear it one room away. And we're looking for a door that won't open when we kill all the enemy sets, but will open after we have killed Ganon. And here's that mags that unfortunately will not work.
I'd be surprised if he even tried. He knows.
And quickly out.
Notice he didn't even stop in shock.
And all he has to do is just go up here and to the right, and he'll find level 9. Hint shot, but still not... I mean, those were some expensive hints, but he doesn't need it, of course. It is interesting to see... well, I guess they found the Armos item pretty early today with the raft being on like their second check. Because sometimes you'll see all of the Armos checks immediately as the race starts, and to see one at 1 hour and 6 minutes is kind of interesting.
Oh, already got Zelda.
Well, that Zelda is only 3 rooms in, so now we're just listening for the roar.
People noting in chat there's a bit of a lead here. It's actually surprisingly deceptive, even with the Triforce advantage here. The reason I say that is all but one of the Triforces is pretty much free in this, and it's the one that Ursine's currently going after.
And we just heard a roar on Shatty's side, so this could be... He has 2 shots, and it is the first one he picks. This is going to be one of the fastest level 9s you'll ever see. And here's Bowser. Alright, even on red ring, still a smart idea. Just in case you take a hug, that would have been a death. Those Bowser hugs will still take a full heart of damage off of him. And that will be it for Shatty. He will up an A. Or no, just a quick walk back.
Yeah, he knows the route back well enough. Might as well.
But very, very good race for Shatty. Unfortunately for Ursine, the combat just kind of got to her a little bit today, and if Mags had just been a little bit lower, she probably would have had a good run at it. But she's going to fall a little short, and let's get your GGs in for your race winner, Shatty.
Yeah, this is a bit of a tough one just because of some of the dungeon setups where there's just a lot of combat to go through. As you know, Mags would have helped, but basically if she had just picked any one dungeon and managed to get just a little bit further, she would have picked up an item. But that again entails just getting through some combat. So hopefully we'll be able to take away a couple of tricks, try to give some away on the restream to kind of look at and maybe pick up some things for the next one, as there's a couple more rounds of Swiss.
And joining us in our booth is our race winner, Shatty. GG, Shatty. Unfortunately, we cannot hear you.
Yeah, he's shy.
But that's okay. We'll just talk for you. Oh, yeah,
Exactly.
that was a great race. I did very well. Yeah.
You guys did great.
Thanks.
Hello, Shatty.
Let's go. Thank you for the GGs. Appreciate it. not too bad of a seed. Everything rolled down. It's crazy.
Sorry, I'm muting myself. I will say the big advantage for you today, and you did a very good job at the seed, but your combat advantage, your how well and how much you've played was a huge advantage for you today. Unfortunately, Ursine just fell a little short in some of those dungeons and was not able to find too many items during her digs. But yeah, you pulled it off great and just flew through that seed.
Yeah, I've played once or twice. That's old farts, but yeah, I mean it's crazy. The tournament's been so fun this year. It's wild how much better everyone is.
Well, I know for myself, who is fairly new to actually playing in these things, I have enjoyed it, and I am learning so much from watching this tournament because there's so many different, every seat's different for sure. But
yeah, it's been great. It's been wonderful seeing all the new people jumping in, and this community's awesome. It's just really one of the best. And as the new people come in, we try to just overwhelm them with information. But I think as a result, you see a lot of the new players get better a lot quicker than they used to. That's for sure.
Very, very true. And I mean, like Ursine today, we were saying at the beginning of the seed, you've only played a few Z1, I think like 1,100 races, and she's played like 10. So there's a little gap there, but you could tell. I mean, she has it, and she will do very well in future races for sure. She just ran into some very tough enemy sets, and as Fury said during the race, he was giving very good advice. I hope she rewatches this, and he was giving you a lot of good advice on things you should look for next time in races. I know I took a lot from it.
Got any advice for me, Fury?
Yeah, don't even waste your time trying to pick up bags of 11. Just wait for it.
I can't even remember the last time I was able to get it.
There is a question from the Peanut Gallery, though. They want to know about your candy heart consumption. Any thoughts?
Pretty mild this year. I would say under 2 pounds. So that's pretty good.
Nice. But yeah, I mean, for example, she downed the Gliok. I'm pretty much dead to rights there with Wood Sword and a handful of hearts, so I would have just died and gave up. And she took it out, so there's combat there. She just, again, there's a couple of tricks that you kind of showcased in some of those dungeons, especially with that setup in 1, with the whiz robes in some of those rooms, and just being able to get them stuck in certain patterns on the big blocks in the Triforce room and such. Once she figures some of that out, the time's going to go down dramatically. And then we have yet another runner in the field of like 60 or 65 out of the 80 that really have it down pat. And at that point, I just retire, I give up.
It's wild, man. It's crazy this year. This year, it feels like more than ever. The field is just so strong.
Yes, some of that's down to that rookie rumble bringing new people in, just getting them up to speed by throwing them into the fire once I read that flag set. And trial by fire seems to have worked because now the field's bigger and better.
And it'll make for a good round 3 rookie rumble this year as well, because I think a lot of people are seeing new people doing so well. We might get even more new runners into rookie rumble this year.
Hey, if it pays for my retirement home and Shaggy's retirement home, we're good. Yeah, that was a fun watch. Definitely was. I was interested to see when you'd gamble on 9. I thought for sure you'd just leave every dungeon behind, but you went back to 3, which ended up being the play that ended the seed once and for all, with all those Pulse voice rooms that ended up being what you needed to clear.
Yeah, I had 2 rooms in there. I knew it was that room full of Pulse voice. So
Yeah,
I knew
2
it was
items.
a very, very quick check for 2 items.
2 items.
I hadn't
2
found
rooms.
9 yet either, so I mean, bracelet was still on the table. yeah, normally I'm just going, but I knew that was just so quick that it didn't make sense to skip it.
Yeah, I had all but thrown you under the bus and then backed over you 2 or 3 times saying, he's for sure gamble on 9. What are we kidding? This is the guy that gambles on 9 every time. Surely he's going to do it again. Nope.
I certainly wasn't going back to 6 or 7, I'll tell you that.
That I believe.
That 7 was very nice to you, and so was that 6.
Yeah, got you out to hurry.
Yeah, First Quest 7's been killing me lately too. So yeah, it's that last room, almost up 8, and then those dark rooms at like the very dead end you clear, and the compass is there, and you shake your head kind of.
All right. I have to say this because this is just for me as a newer commentator. Next time you do a seed, why don't you make a little list for everybody? I had no idea what you were picking up with your Mario set. I kept like, Fury, what is that?
You'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah. I'm like, is that the book? He's like, no, that's the map.
To be fair,
like, oh shit.
To be fair, the first time I saw the canoe, I was confused too. Don't worry. Yeah, it's a fun sprite set once you get the hang of what it is. So not too many are that difficult to figure out in the end. Just takes a minute to figure out, and once you realize, you're like, oh, that makes sense.
But it is nice to see a little difference.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, it's crazy. And
so
for so long, it feels weird to play vanilla sprites on Rando at least.
So you get your first win. You're back to 1 and 2. Anybody you looking forward to in the next round you want to face? You want to see like Scytown or somebody?
Yeah, I mean the way the wheel's been going, why not? Just happy to have at least one win in this tournament. So, the wheel brings us.
I mean,
I agree with you.
You get the non-winner of what? Alsoa Antlers, Jacoper HN. There's a whole bunch of people 1 and 2. You could have me 1 and 2 if Sausage gets me. I mean, you never know. All these people are too good now.
Field is strong, man. It's great. It's it's awesome. Love it.
Yeah, but GG's on your win, and we do have one race still going on I think SpeedGaming Main. They put Truant Gamer up there against No Point. I think it's still going on. So, any final thoughts before we throw everybody over that way to go watch the end of that one?
Nope, just GG's to Ursine. Thanks to all of you guys. Always appreciated. And try again next week. Happy Valentine's Day to the chat.
And I just want to thank, first of all, Fury. Thank you for coming and joining me in comms today. Thank you, Malkier, for doing our tracker. Great tracking as always. They're the real winners. And thank you guys for out there for showing up on Valentine's Day and watching a great race. And I hope everybody has a great week. And Fury, any last words?
Well, just again, happy to see the turnout in this tournament. Glad we have so many people getting so good at this game, and I'm sure we're going to have even more of these runners getting there with just a little bit more time too.
And with that, everybody have a great night.